cooking. So I'm going to start by just adding a garlic clove and half a shallot. You don't need to chop it because Thermomix will do it for you. So just half of it, and then we're going to add about a centimeter of ginger. I've already peeled it, and a green chili. Now this one, you could deseed it, which I have, but you could actually leave the seeds in if you like it quite spicy. And again, you can just cut it in half and throw it in the Thermomix. We also add some lemongrass. Now you'll be familiar with lemongrass, and I'll just show you. If I take a spell lemongrass, so you know there is the outer layer which is quite hard. So you want to remove that and then go back to the middle of the lemongrass and lightly bruise it with your knife so that it actually releases all the aroma. Okay, then we're going to add some cumin. Now we need about half a teaspoon of cumin, and this one, as you can see, is cumin. I've ground myself because again with Thermomix you can just ground your spices. So this one I just put some cumin seeds, and I got so much out of it. So it's nicely freshly ground. We also add some tamari sauce. Now, if you're not familiar with tamari sauce is basically a gluten-free soy sauce. So if you don't find tamari sauce, which is a Japanese one, you can also ask. You want to go for a gluten-free option, ask for gluten-free soy sauce. Okay, so just 1 teaspoon of that, a tablespoon of that, sorry. And then about 6 sprigs of fresh coriander, and you can just leave it as it is. I mean, I've washed and dry patted the leaves, but you can use both leaves and stalks at once. Okay, so then we're going to close the Thermomix, put the measuring cup on top, and just let the TM6 chop for us. You can take that part of food because I'll just give you a lot of energy. That chopping, that's one great point. Nearly there. So about 11 seconds to go. Okay, so I'm going to scrape down with the spatula to make sure that all the everything has been chopped, and you can see clearly there in a minute. And those of you who love their cooking, you know how tedious could be the chopping of the lemongrass, especially. So it's quite hard. So again, that's my job done for me. And then we're going to add some broccoli. So I've got a mixture of broccoli, florets, as well as stalks. I've sliced the stalks so they're quite thin. Okay. Okay. The recipe requires me to put about a head of broccoli. Now I've been more generous, to be honest with you, so I've got a bit more than that. But here we go. Okay. That's just to say that you don't have to follow exactly what the Thermomix tells you to do, the actual recipe that you've chosen. Okay. So I'm going to put the lid back on, remove the measuring cup for the time being, and insert my spatula. This is something we usually do, and sometimes we do for sorbets as well, to facilitate the moving of the ingredients inside the Thermomix. So I'm going to split 5, and I use the spatula at the same time. If you have made a sorbet with Thermomix, you know that you'll be using the spatula to actually facilitate the moving of the frozen fruit. Okay, so all the broccoli has been beautifully chopped in just 5 seconds. Again, big time saver. I'm going to add about 180 grams of baby spinach leaves. If you are one of my customers, so you know the way I usually do my demonstration, you know that I'm always generous with the quantities and always add a bit more. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, then I got 400 grams of coconut milk. I'm using a canned one, but you could use your own if you have it ready. I didn't have time to make my own, to be honest. But it couldn't be easier with Thermomix. All you need is just shredded coconut and some water. You blend it all together and then you strain it through a cheesecloth. And then it's the way you have coconut as well as nut milk in just a couple of minutes. Okay. Right, so I'm using this one today. And then 500 grams of filtered water. Now, for those of you who love making soups, you know that you need to make a soup, you need some stock. So what we do with Thermomix, we make our own stock paste. So we don't buy stock cubes anymore. And that's why I'm adding 500 grams of water and a teaspoon of vegetable stock paste. Now, vegetable stock paste is a great idea to have in your fridge. I always have it alongside the chicken and the meat stock paste. So all you need is 1 teaspoon of stock paste per 500 grams of water. And then you can always make sure you've got stock whenever you need it in your kitchen. It's so easy to make, and the best thing is that you know exactly how much salt, for example, there is in your stock, and also what quality of vegetables you put in there. Yeah. Okay. So if you've got Thermomix and you've never made stock paste, give it a go, because it's really worth it, and you will never buy stock paste stock cubes ever again. Now I'm going to cook this for about 15 minutes, and that's the time I'm handing over to Ankita for the next recipe, and I'll see you in 15. Thank you.
Fabrizio, has it been 15 minutes and your soup has cooked?
Yeah, Ankita, thank you so much. The soup is basically cooked, so what I'm doing, I'm blending it. I've got about 30 seconds to go, and I'm blending it. You can hear the Thermomix is working almost at its full force. So 20 seconds to go, and I can show you what I'm doing. Okay, so the soup is being beautifully blended. Okay, and what I'll do, I'm going to add some lime juice, about 2 tablespoons, to give it that nice, proper high taste that we all like, together with ginger and the chilies. Okay, so here we go, ready to plate it. So as you can see, the colors are beautiful and vibrant. Okay, then you can garnish it with some spring onions and some extra coriander leaves. And I'll just show it to you if you can. See, it looks very nice and green. The vibrancy of the colors is amazing. And of course, I have to try it because I can smell all these lovely Thai flavors. Absolutely delicious. Big hot, but it's delicious.